This is part 2 of our recent report, Religions, Creeds and Other Value Systems, a conference that took place at the end of June at the United Nations, Geneva. The focus was to move towards greater spiritual union worldwide in support of equal citizenship rights.
I affirm my own belief and that of many of the major faith traditions whose leaders and experts have joined us today, that we do believe human rights came from heaven, based on our certain faith that God created all people in his image and likeness and gave both a unique identity as well as equal rights and fundamental freedoms to all creatures.
Now, in order to live in peace as one happy family, so to speak, we need to understand each other. But in today's world, we see almost everywhere ignorance about the other. It's all about me, it seems.
It's very true. There's a great deal of ignorance in the world today, and a lot of it is because we cut ourselves off from each other. And Pope Francis speaks all the time about the culture of indifference, and so I think that's really the goal that we need to have in today's world, is to get to know the other, and not simply as the other, but as a person, just as we are, and then to build relationships and to build solidarity through that.
The general principles of international law are under threat. And it is important that we also as religious leaders give them weight, but also that we emphasize training and education in citizenship. Citizenship is more than just a principle. It is a way of living together. And we have to contribute to that through education.
The religious and secular worlds are separated by a huge gap in knowledge and trust. And too often, religion is seen as a problem, not part of the solution. We estimate that 5 billion people have a religious identity. Religious leaders need to be able to represent their communities' best interest in dialogue with policymakers to achieve sustainable and positive change such as equal human rights.
The co-executive secretary of the sponsoring committee of this event suggested to set up an entire agency task force on equal citizenship rights at the level of the United Nations.
This interagency task force would look at the successful policies that have been adopted by states in order to advance the cause of equal citizenship rights, and would also warn against the failures of other states to deal with them.
The Hindu vision considers that all religions, all creeds, all belief systems share a common origin, and all are the constituents of the same nature, share a common biological space. No one is superior or exclusive to other, since it is a manifestation of one non-dual divine principle.
We are in a difficult situation with the rise of populism, the rise of fundamentalism. We are also in a fortunate position to have courageous leaders like Pope Francis, who has taken some very enlightening initiatives in this field, and this is a particularly appropriate time. Therefore, with his support and that of all those that share his mission with him, to promote this spiritual convergence worldwide.
Isn't that exactly what so many Europeans and Americans fear most? The integration of refugees and migrants in their countries?
Well, there's certainly a lot of fear among many different areas of the world that are receiving refugees and migrants. But integration doesn't mean taking away or losing. It really means, as Pope Francis tells us, it's a two-way situation. It's a two-way process. So it means that, yes, host countries reach out and help the newcomer. And finally, Pope Francis reminds the immigrants and the refugees that they have responsibility to live within the law of that new country and also to respect the people who are receiving them.
The conclusion of the participants: love of one's neighbor and even of the stranger, respect for the dignity and diversity of people, doing unto others what one would like to be done unto oneself, the basis for the affirmation of equal citizenship rights.